Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our topic, which we are going to continue. What is halal should be sufficient from what is haram. How great is our need to stand and to reflect for a minute, being strict in investigating, the thing that we eat or what we clothe ourselves, that we should having this lawfully. What is the benefit of this? You have some, from time to time, you supplicate Allah, and you have many needs in which you hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond to you. But how can possibly you'll be responded while what you have collected had been collected unlawfully? Yes, it is true that this will be shackling your supplication. Having haram or unlawful food, unlawful clothes will be affecting the response of your supplication. The Prophet ﷺ used to be mostly fearing for us the flourishment and the beauty of this life that may corrupt us. Look what the Prophet said. He said, what I'm concerned most is the flourishment and the beauty of this world and what Allah will be producing to you from the blessings of the earth. So the companions were asking the Prophet, what did you mean, O Prophet, by the word the blessings of the earth? He said, the enjoyment of the worldly life. He continued, ﷺ, saying, this property is sweet and green, alluring. Whoever had taken it by its due right and put it on or in its due right, then this is the best help for him. This money is the best help for him. It's the best help for him at the Day of Judgment. But whoever took it in the wrong way, he is considered as the one who keeps eating, but he is never satisfied. He keeps eating without being satisfied. And this will be a witness against him at the Day of Judgment. See, there is a consequence of collecting. The more you're rich, and that's normal, the more you're rich, the more you're subjecting yourself to be asked. And the question is, how did he collect it? And how did he spend it? I mean, mostly people will be having these problems after, competing to get this lively means, money or property. Cheating is one of the means of collecting what you can, the most you can. Competing is good as long as you compete in the right way. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it becomes competing by cheating, by envying people, there is a negative envying and there is positive envying. Is there any positive? Is there anything called positive envying? Yes, there is. Someone who had been collecting the whole Quran, having it in his chest, memorizing it. This is the best thing. He should be envied. Also, one who has a lot of money and he's spending the money, spending it. So someone envied him on this way. He wished that he has the same money that he has, so he'll be, throwing this money to the poor and the needy people. Now, this is a very good kind of envying, but people really don't have this kind of envying. No. Among the advices of the Prophet ﷺ, he said to Abu Dharr, he ordered Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu to be so close, to love and be close to the poor and the needy, or the needy, apart from the poor. We're not going to explain to you, we don't need to explain that now, but to be close to the needy people. Because those kinds of needy people, they have broken heart, so be close to them. And he ordered me to look at those who are beneath me, and not to look at those who are higher than me, which means those who are less, those who are poorer than you. And don't look, in terms, in the lively things, in what people have been blessed with. Don't look at those who are higher than you, but look at those who are beneath you. So you will not be belittling the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over you. But people don't, in terms of lively things, they keep looking at those who are higher than them, but they don't look at those who are less than them. And that is why they don't really appreciate the favor of Allah over them. The matter of fact is that taking the unlawful food, it may cause the anger of Allah over you. The Prophet ﷺ said, beautiful hadith. He said four things, 4 characters. If you have those 4, don't care about what you lose from this life. Keep trustworthiness, maintain to be trustworthy. Keep speaking the truth, having good morality, and abstinate yourself. Be abstinent. So let's repeat them. 4 things. If you have 4 characters or characteristics, if you have these 4, don't care about what you lose from this life. Being trustworthy, being truthful if you speak, having good morality, and chastity, to chaste yourself, to abstinate yourself from what is unlawful. If you have these 4 things, that means you are contented with Allah's regarding Allah's grace. Also, the Prophet ﷺ prohibited us from considering or feeling that the grace of Allah had been delayed. He said, ﷺ, there is no servant among the servants of Allah who will die, but he will be accomplishing what had been destined for him. That means you're not going to die before accomplishing what had been predestined for you even before you were created. Let's see about the Prophet himself. The Prophet said, I used to turn to my family, then I find a fallen date on my bed. Then I was about to pick it up in order to eat it. But I was afraid that it may be one of the food of charity food. Now here we have to remind you that it is only for the Prophet and his family. They are not allowed to take any kind of food, any kind of donated food or donated property, money. No donation. And this, because personally I believe that this is one of the evidences that this is the Prophet, and there is no doubt. Because if he claimed prophethood, he'll be, and he's a liar, for example, he's going to be, he will be claiming it for the better of his worldly achievements. But look, he's saying here, I'm not allowed to have any kind of donation, neither money, no food or anything, even a piece of a date. The Prophet was so cautious not to eat it. Not only this, but his grandson, Al-Hassan, he was taking his grandson Al-Hassan with him. And Al-Hassan was about to pick one of the dates from the earth. The Prophet said, no, Don't do it. It may be one of the food of charity or donation. Don't take it out. And he used to say, alayhi salatu wassalam, when he was lying down and the mat was, keeping it marks on his skin, alayhi salatu wassalam. So people said to him, should we rather bring for you something better than that, O Prophet? He said, no. What do I have to do with this life? My example and the example of the life is just like the example of someone, a traveler, who was taking his way of travel. Suddenly he found a tree. He shaded himself under the shade of that tree, and then he kept taking his journey. And in this life we're taking our journey to our motherland. And I hope that my motherland and your motherland will be paradise, because there's another motherland, another destination, and that is hellfire. One question, in my discussion with another person who was non-Muslim, I said, imagine that you stopped at a station, to load your car with fuel. How would it be if you think that you may say, well, it occurred into your mind that this station is, I love that station and I want to stay in it. I want to live my life in this station. Would that occur to your mind? He said, of course not. Of course not. I said, this whole life is station compared to the permanent life, permanent destiny that people are striving in their actions and in their works to achieve. But they'll be classified, there will be two classifications. One is hell, the other one is paradise. This life is just like that station that you have to pass by sometimes to fill your car with some fuels. This is the preparation for the better life, for the enduring life, and that is Jannah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in which I ask Allah for me and you. There's still something to continue regarding this topic. Be with us.